me feel like home. You turn around, I feel the breeze over me. You watch your dreams
So much bad news. I would love to tell you some good news, but there just isn't any right now. So we move on. The U.S. Interior Department denies protection for 25 endangered species for the Endangered Species Act, so that these species can have their habitat protected so they continue on with their lives. But guess what? The Orange Man decided not to have them listed. You know, they may interfere with golf courses and ongoing real estate development, and we wouldn't want to do that because we know once these species are gone, they're gone forever, and that's exactly what these people want.
Yeah, I know it's the unknown, the unknown.
And a little bit more bad news. The House Committee on Natural Resources, led by Republican Rob Bishop, to legalize legislation that would hamstring the Endangered Species Act altogether.
I see the darkness coming.
They want to deny any protection for any animals at all. But look at the way this administration here in the U.S. is treating their own human species. If this legislation was to go all the way through, it would mean hundreds of species immediately becoming extinct because of lack of protection of their habitat. The foresters, the woodcutters, the oil pumpers, and then eventually the houses would all move into their area, their small, tiny, protected piece of land. And soon golf courses, kids on bicycles, and single-story homes would dot the landscape where once species used to roam. That almost rhymes. So this next story can't be any worse of a nightmare for all humanity and species here on this planet. Something else, yep, the Orange Man is doing. He now says that I guess an attack is imminent against North Korea by his threats, saying that this is the calm before the storm. God, what a sicko. Unfortunately, a lot of people are thinking this means nuclear bombs raining down on North Korea, and he's not denying it. So North Korea should be preparing for such an event, if I was them. What happens if they drop a bunch of their big nukes on North Korea? North Korea gets some off on us and nearby cities and countries. What would it look like? Well, here's a graph that shows what happens with the radioactive bomb every time it goes off in the northern hemisphere. This one they've got going off in the Pacific Ocean because that's where North Korea did their last threat of where they were going to send a nuke. By the looks of that graph, we're all going to become irradiated no matter where we go in the northern hemisphere. And then eventually it'll make it over to the southern hemisphere.
It's time to go away into the light. I feel the
And human societies will be no more. Humans will no longer be around.
I see